You've probably wondered about it, right? Is the human mind just an incredibly complicated computer, or is there something more going on? Well, this isn't just a late-night philosophy question anymore. With AI getting smarter by the day, it's become one of the most critical questions of our time because the answer could completely change how we think about intelligence itself.
So, what if the entire foundation of modern AI, from the apps on your phone to these massive language models that are changing everything, what if it's all built on a giant fundamental mistake about what intelligence really is? That's the wild possibility we're going to dig into today.
Now, this question brings two heavy hitters into the ring from totally different corners. The legendary physicist Sir Roger Penrose and the pioneering systems engineer Dr. Yogesh Malhotra. And what's so amazing is that they both start from the exact same, pretty radical belief about the limits of today's machines. They both argue that true consciousness, that actual spark of understanding, is completely out of reach for the AI we have right now. They believe these systems, which Malhotra calls backward AI, are essentially just super sophisticated parrots, brilliantly repeating patterns from the past without a single clue what any of it actually means. So here's the bottom line, the core idea they both share. Consciousness isn't something you can just write code for. It's a non-algorithmic process. Think about it like this. You can write an algorithm, a recipe, to bake a perfect cake. But you can't write a step-by-step recipe for a sudden aha moment or a flash of genuine creativity. That's the kind of thing they're talking about. And Penrose isn't new to this idea. He's been saying this for decades. Way back in 1994, he made waves by stating that our minds are tapping into something beyond regular computation, and he connected it to the bizarre and fascinating world of quantum physics. Okay, now let's jump forward more than 30 years. Dr. Malhotra is saying the exact same core thing, telling us we have to get beyond just remixing the past and start actually creating the future. That kind of consistency across so many years and different fields, that tells you something big is going on. But here's the twist. While they totally agree on the problem, their solutions are worlds apart. And this is where their paths totally diverge. You've got Penrose, the physicist, who's laser-focused on explaining the why, like what are the biological nuts and bolts of consciousness? And then you have Malhotra, the engineer, who's all about the how. How can we build real systems that boost our own intelligence using these quantum ideas? So let's break that down. Penrose is looking inward at our brains, suggesting that these quantum effects are happening inside the tiny structures in our neurons called microtubules. Malhotra, he's looking outward at building engineered systems that blend human intuition with quantum AI. So Penrose's goal is to explain consciousness. Malhotra's goal is to build what he calls forward AI, to solve massive real-world challenges. That whole agility, resilience, sustainability puzzle. So, if we boil it all down, it's this simple. Penrose wants to figure out the physics of the mind. Malhotra wants to engineer the future of quantum minds. One is all about discovery, and the other is all about creation. And that difference means everything when you look at the real-world impact. Okay, so this is where the rubber really hits the road. Malhotra's work takes these deep, almost philosophical ideas and forges them into actual engineered systems that you can use in the real world right now. He calls this framework QASNs. It stands for Quantum Augmented Self-Adaptive Networks. Now, the key thing to get here is that these aren't systems designed to replace people. Not at all. They're built to be the ultimate co-pilot, integrating our human gut feeling and intuition with the power of quantum AI so we can handle the crazy, uncertain world we live in. And believe me, this is not just some academic theory. The QASNs framework is being used in some of the most high-stakes fields you can imagine. For cybersecurity, we're talking about creating networks that can literally heal themselves and adapt to brand new, never-before-seen attacks in real time. In finance, it's about anticipating market chaos. And for defense, the goal is nothing less than achieving quantum-level command and control. So what you start to see is that this isn't a story of rivals. It's actually a story of a powerful partnership. It's like one is building the foundation and the other is building the skyscraper on top of it. Their work doesn't clash. It completes the picture. So we're really looking at a complete journey here. Penrose is our guide into the deep science and mystery of the mind, and then Malhotra comes in with the engineering blueprint to build a more resilient future based on those exact insights. It's really this perfect one-two punch. First, Penrose lands the why. Here's the fundamental reason consciousness can't just be a computer program. Then Malhotra follows up with the how, and here's the way we can actually build systems to augment it.
If you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. Penrose gave us the physics of the mind. Malhotra is giving us the engineering of quantum minds. It's a perfect fusion of deep theory and practical application.
Which leaves us all with one final, massive question to chew on. If these two giants are right, if true intelligence can't just be coded into a box, but has to be grown and augmented in a partnership between humans and machines, what does that mean for us? What's the next leap for humanity?